it was way back on the 11th of January 2014 that this magnificent thoroughbred called White Line Fever participated in the Ormarins Queen's Plate, which was won that year by the son of Western Winter, and his name was Captain Noir. In Lady Laidlaw's colours, under Carl Nesius, trained by Dean Cannemeyer, who's probably won more guineas than any other trainer, very closely followed by Vaughan Marshall and Mike de Kock. But we're talking about the Ormarins Queen's Plate today, and it is in all probability going to be fought out by three very heavy-hitting horses, maybe even four. Bulgarian, the winner of the Greenpoint Stakes from the Snaith stable, a horse called Rainbow Bridge, who's won several Grade 1 races and is as effective as ever over 1,600 metres. His stable companion is Golden Ducat, a half-brother by Philanthropist. And then the horse that made the pace so stiff in the Greenpoint Stakes, his name is Cirillo, and he's a son of Pomodoro, trained by the champion trainer Sean Tarry. We've spoken to Sean about his charges on the day, and there are only two of them. But the star of the show may just be the Cartier Paddock Stakes entrant, and her name is Summer Pudding. Summer Pudding is trained by Paul Peter. She was victorious in the Summer Cup. She's won 9 consecutive races. And we are just absolutely delighted that White Line Fever was able to join us this afternoon. He's groomed by our head man here called Frank Nkomo, who's just returned from Zimbabwe. And we're going to give you the opportunity to make up your own mind about this year's Ormarins Queen's Plate and the Cartier Paddock Stakes, proudly presented this afternoon by GGGaming. Even though in numbers it's quite a small Ormarins Queen's Plate, the precursor to that race, the Greenpoint Stakes, was a very high quality race in terms of the tempo, the end result, not necessarily all the horses that ran behind Clouds Unfold, who was fourth on that particular occasion.
Yeah, funny enough, normally when Cirillo's in the race there is a good tempo. It was a good pace, and the cream sort of came to the top, I suppose, with Bulgarian and Rainbow. And it was his first run in Cape for a while. He was there as a 3-year-old, and we didn't take him down as a 4-year-old. And he certainly seems to be enjoying it. So I thought his performance was very good, and there was nothing negative coming out of that race.
And he always seems to fire at this time of the year. I mean, he's won the Million, and he won on Met Day over 6 furlongs. But if you look at his pedigree, of course, he's by a Derby winner and a Vodacom Durban July winner. Even though he's out of a Lake Coniston mare, there's no doubt that Lake Coniston has thrown horses that have got a mile and more.
Yes, funny enough, he's always been a 1,400 metre horse. That's been his game. But in the last season, you can definitely see the change. That 14 is now a little bit sharp for him, and he's run third in the 18 at Gravel twice. So yes, I'm hopeful that he's going to get a 10 furlong, and what a time to try it.
And look, I don't think that there's any specific part of the country that he prefers, but he always blossoms in Cape Town. He does really, really well down there.
Well, I think Cape Town is a place that if the horses take to it, they actually do just thrive. There are horses that don't enjoy it there, but as I said, my good horses that have enjoyed it, they just, go from strength to strength. And, we're hoping that's going to be the case.
Okay, on to Celtic Sea. She's won 11 races. She's hardly ever missed the money in her whole life. She must be one of the greatest dream fillies you could ever have in your yard.
Yeah, no, she's unbelievable. She's out of the top drawer. I mean, I've been fortunate to have a few like her, but she is very good. And once again, reserves her best for the Cape. She didn't do well in Durban. That's why I was almost a little bit upbeat about the last run, even though it was 1,000 meters. I knew she was lengths better than the run in Scottsville. So we're in a good place. She's doing well. She's come out of that race well. I thought it was she won with authority, even though it wasn't a big distance, and I think that was impressive.
Paul, first of all, we just want to say thank you to you as the Paul Peter stable for being so transparent with this incredible filly that has taken us, the South African racing public, on such a beautiful ride. Appears to have acclimatized in Cape Town after a nice stopover in Colesberg, and that was very well planned.
Yes, she did travel exceptionally well. In saying that, she was a little bit flat the first few days. I don't know if it's traveling or she just wasn't over the Summer Cup. But The following week, she made great strides and she started perking up and freshing, and she seems to have taken to the Cape very well.
Well, I don't think there's any cause for concern because exactly the same thing happened with Queen Supreme and Hawam. And if anybody knows how to travel, it's Mike de Kock.
Yes, most definitely. Mark's the champion in travelling. He's travelled Group 1s in most countries. We're trying to learn from him, but she is doing well at the moment, very well.
Okay, so as a horseman, you notice that she may be slightly off colour. You just leave her, let her find her feet. When did she turn the corner and start showing you that she was happy in Cape Town?
About 10 days after arriving. She never ever went off a feed or anything like that. She just was a little bit quiet for my liking. And then afterwards, about 10 days, she turned the corner and she started freshing and even eating a little bit more. So we're all happy about the way things have panned out. And we've been very, very blessed to be stabled with Eric, because he knows Cape Town backward and he gives good advice.
Well, I mean, he's got two of the country's finest racehorses in Rainbow Bridge and Golden Ducat, or however you want to pronounce it. And it is apparent from news that you were kind enough to furnish us with that summer pudding did work at Kenilworth on the 30th with her stable companion Heart Swings, who had previously just run a very, very good race to Silvano's Pride from the Snaith stable.
Yes, that's one filly that shocked us, the way she's travelled. She's normally an uptight filly, but she's just become so relaxed in the Cape and eating well, and ran way above her merit when running second to Silvano's Pride in the Victress. And she just came out of that race so well, and we took her back to Kenilworth on the 30th and we galloped them together. Summer Pudding was quite a bit stronger than her, which is good for Summer Pudding because she doesn't really work at home. But Warren Kennedy was very, very happy with her.
But I mean, let's be honest, the purpose is to show her the track again, get her to come around that left-handed bend and not to see how far she can go. You know how far she can go.
Yes, and Warren was really happy with which leg she led around the bend and how she changed legs. And he was very, very impressed, Warren, and please God, she stays in this condition up until the race.
Well, whichever way you look at it, Warren Kennedy's going to be riding it. There's no question of doubt that he will stay with her and stay down for the Met. At the end of the day, it's about the honour and the glory of being with a filly in a million.
Yeah, Warren just loves the filly, and he said he's prepared to sacrifice the month of January just to be with her and ride her. And he said he'll work her and he'll make the move to the Cape.
So by and large, Paul Peter is happy for the first appearance of South Africa's champion filly, the horse of the year, Summer Pudding, in the Cartier Paddock Stakes.
Yes, Andrew, I'm very, very happy with her progress. But in saying that, we've got to leave a little bit of meat on the bone for the Met. Because, you know, the Met's one of the big three. She's won one of them. And ultimately, we would love to win the Met. But she's very well within herself. She's doing well. Her colour's good. She's eating well. I couldn't be happier.